All right, and we have some news coming in for you. This is breaking news regarding the Pegasus report in the Supreme Court. Remember, the Pegasus panel in a report submitted to the Supreme Court has now shared some details. They've said there's no conclusive evidence to show the presence of Pegasus spyware infected 29 phones that were scanned by it. But it's also very importantly added that the Government of India did not cooperate properly during this entire probe. But my colleague Ananya is with us to bring us more details on this. Ananya, I believe Chief Justice N.V. Ramana read parts of the report of the committee in the open court today. Could you share with us more details? When the Pegasus panel said that the Government of India didn't cooperate in its probe, what do they mean? Could you bring us more details?
Well, yes, the report was read before the open court. However, the court clarified that some parts of this report are very, very technical in nature and in fact can impact the national security, and hence it's not sharing the part of it. But then it shared the recommendation of the retired judge, Mr. R.V. Ravindran, Justice R.V. Ravindran, the former judge of the Supreme Court, who clearly has said that there has to be a certain kind of implementation of the data protection bill, and there has to be right to privacy has to be strengthened, the laws have to be strengthened, and in order to protect the people from such kind of malwares. In fact, what has come down in a conclusion is that out of the 29 phones that were submitted before the technical expert committee which was appointed by the Supreme Court of India, 5 phones were found with malware, but then there is no conclusive evidence to show that this malware was of the Pegasus software or was not. So basically no signs of Pegasus have been found on these 5 phones, no conclusive evidence to show that this particular phones were infected with Pegasus. Apart from that, what has been said apart from that is that though when the Solicitor General wanted to say something, the Chief Justice of India remarked that though we are not saying anything at this point of time, but the committee has clearly said in its report that the Government of India has not cooperated with the committee during its investigation or probe that was being carried out by this particular technical expert committee which was looking into the Pegasus Snoopgate case. However, no details about how the government didn't cooperate or how the cooperation was not extended by the Government of India has not been mentioned as of now by the committee, and the Supreme Court has now in fact given it out to the Government of India. Some parts of the report have been sent to the Government of India, and various law amendments have been suggested by this committee, particularly in this particular case. Now the hearing has ended into this particular matter. However, various counsels of the petitioners who had submitted their phones were requesting for a certain part of the reports which were regarding the technical examination of their phone. However, the Supreme Court is yet to take a decision on that, and the matter would definitely, we'll have to wait for the final written orders of the topmost court of the country to what more observations have been passed in this particular manner. But in the open court, definitely the Supreme Court read down the committee report clearly stating that there is no conclusive evidence to show that the 5 phones which were infected with malware out of the 29 devices that were submitted before the technical expert committee was infected with the Pegasus software. So clearly somewhere or the other a big win for the Government of India, wherein it was constantly saying that such softwares are not being used by it, and the committee has not found any kind of conclusive evidence to show that these phones were infected with Pegasus software.
Ananya, you said this was a big win for the Government of India, but I think one of the headlining statements coming out of this is the Supreme Court saying that the Government of India did not coordinate, it did not cooperate during the investigation. Could you bring us more details on that?
Well, yes, this was a passing comment from CJ N.V. Ramana when Solicitor General was in fact going on to say something about national security. The Supreme Court was clearly, and CJ remarked that though I don't want to say anything much about it, but then the committee has made a recommendation and stated in its report that the Government of India did not cooperate with it, and in fact much details of this was not given out as to how the government did not cooperate or what the government was doing a delay into this particular aspect of while the committee was examining all of these issues. So though particular details have not been given out, but a passing remark from the Chief Justice of India that the Government of India did not cooperate with the technical expert committee into this particular case, into this particular investigation that was being done by the technical expert committee.
Thank you, Ananya.
Toya.
Stay with us, Ananya. We're going to go over right now. All right, we aren't going to be able to go over right now to a BJP leader. We were able to connect with him for